So in Tampa, Florida, there's a man that has been suspected of being a serial killer, found with a weapon. I'm gonna let you see what the news has to say about him, then I'll be right back with my commentary.
It's a young samurai, I smoke a spliff in a cut, then I pass a lie to my bro. No fuck with my flow. Couple bad bitches and a cup of that Joe. So it's just THC.
Deter us.
Well, police have arrested a suspected serial killer in Tampa. 24-year-old Howell Emmanuel Donaldson is being charged with 4 counts of murder. He's admitted to owning the gun used in at least 4 killings in Seminole Heights neighborhood since October. Here's Tampa Police Chief Brian Dugan.
Hal Donaldson showed up to McDonald's where he worked and gave a bag to a coworker. The coworker opened the bag when Mr. Donaldson left and found the gun inside. Didn't think much of it, just thought it was strange that there was a gun in there, and gave the bag to a police officer who was in the McDonald's. That was the bit of information that we were looking for. That is what we needed. The police officer called our operations center, and we took up the investigation immediately from there.
Dugan went on to say that he can't imagine what the families of those killed went through over the past 51 days, and that there's still a lot of work to be done in prosecuting the case. Manuel Bajorquez has more from the Tampa neighborhood of Seminole Heights.
At the news conference, the Tampa Police Chief, Brian Dugan, was emphatic, saying, quote, "I assure you this is the man who did this." He and the mayor talked about the evidence they have so far in this case. They say that the suspect, Howell Donaldson, did admit to owning a gun, but then didn't really say more after that as far as a motive or as far as why he allegedly targeted this area of Tampa known as Seminole Heights. But the police chief made it clear that their ballistic evidence, in his opinion, shows that the gun that was used in all 4 murders is the gun that they were able to recover yesterday in a very interesting way. They say that the suspect worked at a McDonald's and turned a bag over to another employee there that contained the gun. That employee then contacted police and said, "This is interesting, something that you should take a look at," and then they were able to arrest the suspect after 51 days of having a serial killer on the loose. We also heard from family members of the victims here. They were holding hands and embracing throughout this news conference as they heard the evidence, feeling comfortable. They believe that police have a strong case against Donaldson, but also feeling that relief. Nothing will bring the relatives back, of course, but the uncle of one of the victims, Monica Hoffa, told us that for 51 days it's felt like he's not been able to breathe, and now finally on the 52nd he feels he can finally breathe. Rena?
Manny, thank you so much. Well, Dr. Brianna Fox is a criminology professor at the University of South Florida in Tampa. She recently worked as an FBI profile, even collaborating with Tampa police on this particular case. She joins us now. Dr. Fox, I want to ask you, we heard that account that they handed over, the alleged suspect handed over the bag. Were you surprised to hear that?
Yes, of course that's unusual. People don't like to get caught. But at the same time, he may have been feeling a lot of pressure after killing 4 people and feeling like, what do I do now? So at this point, he may have actually been looking for an out, such as, leaving the state and perhaps even getting caught. He feels a sense of relief now.
Is there a profile for this type of a person? Are you surprised by who the alleged suspect is?
So early on, I was expecting this to be a young offender between the ages of 21 and 35 from the area and male. So for most of these characteristics, he does fit the profile that we were expecting. One thing that is unusual is that he seems to be not a resident of Seminole Heights, but I think as police investigate this case further, they'll find that there's some ties to this area. He didn't just select it at random.
It took over 50 days to arrest Donaldson. Why did it take so long?
Well, in this case, the police just were getting unlucky, not having eyewitnesses, not having people there at the scene. But, of course, as I've been saying, he had to keep getting lucky over and over to keep getting away with it. The police just had to get lucky once to catch him, and they did.
And 3 of the victims, they were either getting on or off of a city bus at the time or were at a bus stop when they were shot. What do you make of that?
Again, I would suggest that as this investigation continues, they're going to find more information about this offender's ties to this area and, of course, the bus line that goes through Seminole Heights. I think there's a lot more to this story that's going to unfold.
When you look at this case overall, what really stands out to you?
Well, for one, that the offender had a college degree. He was on a basketball scholarship. He seemed to be a normal kid, and then something, of course, went wrong.
What do you think it'll be now when you talk about the future steps and trying to find a motive? What happens next?
So a potential line of investigation with the motive could be, was he feeling that there was a series of injustices against him, that he had this anger and he wanted to regain control, and now he's acting out and trying to regain control in this very horrific way by killing other people, almost in a way to make a name for himself, that he didn't achieve his goals and he ended up working at a McDonald's in the area, and now this is his way to regain some status and control over his life.
Interesting. Dr. Brianna Fox, so grateful.
BB and Jack Frost, what up, party people? Hey, before the video even start, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the notification gang. Hashtag Brown Spalmers. Let's get it. Alright, so y'all see what the news had to say, and I mean, pretty much they caught this dude dead to rights. I can't understand. I'm happy he got caught. Don't get this confused. Sometimes when you ask questions like, why would he give the bag with the gun to another individual and then say, don't look in it, if he didn't expect to be caught? But then, that'll sound like I'm trying to defend the guy, and I'm absolutely not trying to defend the guy. I just think that sounds a little, I don't know how that sounds a little, like, it just don't sound right. But as it turns out, that's what he did. And from what they're saying, he has admitted that it's his gun, and the ballistics has been done, and the ballistics are a match. So right there, it's like nice little ribbon on it, present right there for Tampa police and the community. They have removed an alleged serial killer from the streets, and that's always a good look. Do not get that confused. It's always a good look. But I just got a couple of questions. Like, they say that they don't know what the motive is. I wouldn't be surprised if he just really wanted to kill one person, but he decided to throw everybody off. He was going to kill multiple people. So then when he kills that one person that he wanted to kill, it'll just look like it just happened in a string of murders, rather than it looks like, nobody will look at him. So there's a good chance that happened. And that's horrible in itself, because that means that you're ruining tons of families' lives in order to get revenge on whoever it is that you need to get revenge on. So that's terrible in itself. But I wouldn't be surprised if they find out that that's actually what the motive is. There was one person that he wanted to kill, but then he decided, in an attempt to hide the person that he wanted to kill, so when he did have an opportunity to kill this individual, that he wouldn't be looked at as a suspect, he wanted to hide it inside of the other murders. So there's a good chance that has happened. I mean, it's definitely something for the police to look into. They should look in to see if he's had any kind of beefs with anyone, if he's had any kind of breakups, if he has any kind of something has happened. Because he had a college scholarship to play basketball, went to school. He went to St. John's, I believe. He went to school. He had a college scholarship. He was, as far as anybody else knows, upstanding. Ain't that something? You go to school on a scholarship, and then you come out and you work at McDonald's. Ain't that some shit? Like, just seriously, ain't that some shit? You go to school, and then you come out and you work at a fast food restaurant. I'm not knocking people that work at a fast food restaurant. I'm just saying that's just so fake how they try to make us believe that knowledge is power, and knowledge is power, but they try to make us believe that the way to have a better life is through higher education. Think about all the idiots that the freaking Kardashians. I bet you none of them have any kind of freaking degree in anything. That's just neither here nor there. I'm just saying. So, yeah, so they got this guy off the streets. That's a good look. I wouldn't be surprised if the reason in which why he did a lot of the things that he's being accused of, that he has allegedly, done, is because he was trying to hide a murder or two inside of all of these other random murders. They say that he kept killing somebody getting off of a bus. So don't be surprised if the person that he really wanted to kill it uses that same route. I mean, don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I want to know what you guys think about this. Leave your comments down below. Do y'all think I'm on to something? Like, does that make sense? Like, even if you don't think I'm on to something, does it make sense? That's the question. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. # Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Look, I love y'all. Stay safe. Ladies, especially ladies. Men too, because we could be killed by some freaking lunatic out there in the middle of the street. But ladies, especially ladies, please, when it's late at night, especially on the weekends, especially when y'all coming home from work and everything else, there's nothing wrong with having a buddy to walk with and do. Please, we need to stop acting like we got too much pride and we grown. There's people out here, they don't care how grown you are. None of that matters to them. They got weapons and they ready to use it. So please, let's keep each other safe. Let's not just keep ourselves safe, but let's keep the person next to us safe, and the person next to us keep the person next to them safe, and let's just keep that going. Let's keep each other safe. That's all I got on this one. I love y'all, and I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.